Alrighty, lads, we are back. So, one of the things that we're doing is that we're going to mostly focus on the world building. We're going to try designing maps and also coming up with ideas. Making sure my stream is working. But besides that, that's pretty much what's going to happen is that I'm just looking at my phone right now, making sure that everything's working. Because I gotta make sure things are working in order for it to work. There we go. Alrighty. So one thing I want to do is let's create a new folder. Let's call it mobs slash enemies. So one thing we're going to do is we're going to do the Urnox enemies, right? So Urnox, we wrote the location, which is this. So Urnox is one of our personally created locations, and here what it is a Terrellum overlord. So Terrellum, immediately Terrellum. You got to know the traits. So Terrellum, we can go all the way back into our, where is it? Species Codex. Vampire, human. Let's open up the traits page just to open it. Then we go back. There we go. Alright, so now we're here. So vampires. Rulers of Nosgoth. So we're going to go down to our clans. Terrellum. Terrellum get the +1 strength, +1 endurance, and -2 wounds from martial. So with our enemies, we're going to call them the... do they even have a name? I don't think I wrote a name for them. So we have Inanna, Crusher of Hope. The Usha, okay. So we'll have Usha Knights and Ushalas. So remember, these vampires are different. The big thing with the Usha Knights and the Ushalas is that when they starve, when they get more hungry, they become more bestial. They become stronger. They become much deadlier than normal vampires. Whereas other vampires, when they get the hunger trait usually fucks them up really badly. So here we have the Terrellum trait. Okay, so traits. We're gonna want something that looks like bubbling skin. So that's gonna be one of the strength traits. So we're gonna give them Absolute Brute. It's so easy once you like. So they get thick skin, so they're much stronger, much tougher, and then they also get where is it? Massive growth. Now this already is a very difficult enemy to fight. And the reason why this enemy is so difficult to fight is that they have already like 4 traits. And having 4 traits is extremely, extremely difficult to deal with, especially when they're getting levels by strength by level flat. So 8 strength, which is the maximum, is insane. So we're gonna put Ushanites levels from 0 to 6, but the Ushala are always going to be 6 to 8. In case you were wondering like how I design my worlds, this is usually how I do it. Is that when I put a description of the where the fuck is the goddamn locations? There it is. So when I put a description like, oh, it's bubbling skin and gray mottled face, like this is what I'm doing. Is I'm thinking of like traits in my head. Like, what would be a trait that's akin to that? What would be a trait that I could say they have? Um, Barbs. We're gonna do that one, and that's gonna be more on the Ushala, not the Ushanites. Yeah, these are all personal. We don't really care for them. We care more for the inherent stuff. Now, negative. They are going to be very ugly looking. I would want to say that they would be a little bit dim witted because they're just ravenous fucking beasts. But that could kind of fuck things up. This is beautiful. We're going to do this one. Warts and all. So they get charisma of 2 when they're like this. So that's going to be it. I think we're not going to add any more to this. This is already a very interesting group. They have thick, amazingly tough skin. They have amazingly giant fucking arms. And then they're ugly as fuck. You just look at them and you're just like, not even a mom would love this. Like, damn. But the Ushala, the stronger ones, they get barbs. So they do 1 extra damage, and they also reflect kind of damage back at someone whoever hits them in melee. So they become very dangerous to melee opponents. Melee attacks within 1 tile results in the attacker taking the defender's endurance divided by 2 as damage. Damn. So think about that. These guys already get endurance from strength that's modified. Ooh. So wait, let's run the numbers down. Let's do the stats. God damn it. There we go. All right. So they're vampires, first and foremost. So by being vampires, they get 5 in all stats. So that's going to be 5 strength, 5 perception, 5 endurance, 5 charisma, I'm thinking of Fallout for some reason. So we get charisma, strength, perception, endurance, intelligence. So now we're going to put that to 2 because they get the warts and all trait. Endurance. So first we got to figure out how much strength they get. So strength is going to be 5 flat plus whatever level they are, which would be 0, 1, 2, 6. 6 maximum. So that would be already they're at 11 basically. That is disgusting as fuck. You're fighting at a level 0 with 11 strength. It doesn't matter if he has no skill in something. He could literally just pick up a rock and just break someone's head open. Jesus fuck. Plus modified strength divided by 2. So if that's 11, that would be like 5. 5. Hold on a second. Strength by level flat. So that would be okay. Let's do it this way. 6 maximum. 0 minimum. Now for this is where it gets really weird. Is minimum they would gain, so 5 divided by 2 would be our 2. But maximum would be, oh god. So if they're level 6, so that would be 2, 4, 6. So it's 3 points into strength that they could go down. So 3 points into strength, that would bring up to 8. And then plus 6. Oh my god. Dude, this shit is fucking disgusting. That's a lot of endurance to be adding on to somebody. It's still divided by half, but like, damn, dude. Shit, 14 fucking goddamn. Damn, dude. I'm just looking at this and I'm just like, damn. You're gonna be in for a rough time if you're fighting these boys. My god. So now we just kind of copy this over, bring it down. Now this one's gonna be the opposite. The maximum would be 8 and the minimum would be 6. So the minimum here would actually be this one's maximum, which would be 7. So now we got to find out 5 plus 8, so it's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 strength. If they were level 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. So that's 9 plus 5. Wait, did I do that right? 2, 4, 6, 8. So it's 9. I just totally lost my fucking count. Oh man, why did I complicate this? So if they're level 8, they're going to have 9 strength. If they're level 8, they're going to have 9 strength. And then we add by level, which is 8. So 8 plus 9 is 17. So 17, divide that by half. Oh my fucking god. 17, divide that by half, and you're looking at another 8 endurance. How come that doesn't seem right? It's because the minimum would change. I think I didn't do that one right. 17 divided by 2. Why the fuck am I... My brain is fried today, boy. Yeah, I was right. 8. So we got... 2, 4, 6. So it's 3. So if there's 3 into this strength, that would be 8. Plus 6 would be 14. Divided by 2, you would get 7. But if you're level 8... Oh, okay, yeah, no, my math is completely right. I just need to trust myself. I was like, wait a minute, what the fuck is this? No, I am right, because one level, 2 levels, 2 levels is 1 stat point. So that 1 stat point just gives you 1 extra piece of endurance. That's all it gives you. Unfortunate, huh? But that's fine. So they would be getting 4 armor from this. Wow. Damn. Now you may be looking at this and going, well, Free to 700. They have 2 charisma. All I would have to do is play as a Hilden and I could just one-shot all these creatures. That's the point. You're going to be in the World of Nosgoth material realm, where the Hilden are not in. They're actually in the demon realm. So when you play as the Hilden, you're only in the demon realm. And yes, your magic would probably wipe out this faction, the Urnox, the Usha clan. But you're not able to reach there. And that's why this is more of a human and a vampire issue rather than anything else. So we have that, the Usha Knights, the Ushala. And then lastly, we should have our... was there a trait that I had for mutants that did this? Where is it? Caustic Spit. That's it. It's like, wait, why are you putting a mutant or demon trait on a vampire? Because these vampires are not natural. And you're going to figure that out when you play the game. We're gonna call them the Usharak. So the Usharak are gonna be a little different in that they do get the spit ability. But I don't want to do caustic spit. I want to do something different. Oh, that's difficult because I don't want caustic spit. I want them instead to like shoot out barbs, and that's their thing. So we'll just do a custom upgrade called Quillor. Rolls by strength. There. So it's somewhat similar to like a steel barb or like a steel bow shooting at someone. So a steel bow does 2 damage. Steel crossbow does 4. The Quillor does equivalent to like a steel bow, but it's shorter range. My eye's been like twitching like crazy. And I think it's because I'm like tired. So there, that's gonna be our thing. We do have to fix these numbers though, because it's level 4. So 2, 4. So it's gonna be 2 levels. So minimum 4, yeah. Levels flat. So that would be the minimum would be 4. Maximum would be 8. So the minimum of 4 plus that would be 9. 9 divided by half would be roughly 4.5. So we're just going to do 4. Maximum doesn't change because that doesn't change. So you may be playing your campaign and running across Usha Knights, and you're like, oh, okay, you know, they're tough, but I finally got it. Cool. Then all of a sudden, when you hit level 4, you're going to start saying, wait, I'm encountering Usharaks. What the fuck are Usharaks? And they just start spewing fucking barbs out of their chest and shit at you. Just piercing the fuck out of you. And it's like, what is this? It's like, yeah, that's the Usha clan. Fun. Now we need to make Inanna. Crusher of Hope. So Inanna is... So trait, let's look at her location real quick. Maybe we should make her a tyrant class. That's gonna be like fucking disgusting. Okay, so it seems like we didn't really describe Inanna much, and that's actually fine with me because I kind of want her to be a mystery. That just makes world building a little bit more difficult because we're trying to do her stats. So we're gonna get rid of this. Get rid of this. So the things with bosses that I warn my players about is that when it comes to bosses, you can probably attack them by stats, and that's okay. But I would not allow you to insta kill a boss. That's why I have it in the rules for a lot of like magic spells and stuff like that. If it's a boss or mini boss, you just deal a percentage of damage. So with Inanna, I like the idea of her having thick skin, being an absolute brute. I also like the idea of her having massive growth. But when you're fighting her, you may say, wait, her endurance is like 20. So 20 times, let me look at the endurance. So 20 times 5 should equal 100. Why does she have like 500 HP? It's like, well, it's because she's a boss. Now, her endurance is that set, so you could, if you had like a spell or some sort of thing that targeted her stats, you could do it. Go ahead, go crazy. And it could probably fuck her up really badly. But it's a boss. I think that bosses should have like oomphed up stats, much like an MMO. There's a reason why bosses have oomphed up stats, oomphed up things, and it's because if they were equal on par with the player, they would get their asses kicked. 5 players versus 1, fucking wipe. And yes, I am kind of coming at this as like an MMO idea or a group adventure sort of idea, even though players are going to be in a world by themselves. And the reason why is because these threats are so massive, you would actually need to work with people. You would need to work, either assemble your own army, assemble your own player party, do whatever you need to kill someone like this, because these creatures are way too powerful for one person to be fighting on by themselves. That's just not gonna happen. So Inanna, Crusher of Hope, we're gonna make her have a Warhammer. But now the question is do we want double Warhammers or do we want one? Because last time I had it where a guy was hit by dual wielding daggers, Vola was victim of this on our last live stream. These were just regular street thugs and they had dual daggers. Well, the rule is that if you're dual wielding, you can attack with one and then attack with the other. That's okay. 2 separate rules. Well, by doing that, it was like boom, bam, like it was just fucking depleting this HP. You know what I'm gonna do actually? I'm gonna give her a legendary weapon. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give her the amazing axe called it was called Havoc and Malice. That way she hits you with one roll, but the roll like is actually a double whammy. I'm just kidding, I'm not gonna do that. That'd be fucking stupid. You'd be wiped out so fucking quickly. I'm just looking to see if I had like any Warhammer stuff. I don't think I really did design any Warhammers though for vampires. That's great. That means I could create my own. Fucking awesome. Yes. So we're just gonna give her the Tyrant class. So she's gonna get thick skin, which she already gets anyways. So now what's really disgusting about her being a tyrant is that the longer the boss battle goes, the tougher she gets. That's right, you heard me correctly. Tyrants, every round, every turn in combat, they gain 1 armor. So she's just going to keep gaining armor, gaining armor. And you're going to be saying, wait, I hit her for like 30 damage. Why am I hitting her for 20 now? It's because the fight's going on too long. She's getting tougher. It's like, ah, shit. So how are you going to deal with that? I have no idea. That's for the players to find out. They're probably going to have to use magic, particularly blood magic. So one trait we need to add is the Terrellum. So she's going to get absolute brute, massive growth. She's fucking huge as shit. And then we're going to give her because again, this is a boss. So bosses are supposed to feel like deadly. One of the nice things about her being a tyrant is that she can dual wield great swords, war hammers, whatever. So it's going to be like, damn. So with her being level 8, that's going to be 2, 4, 6, 8. That's going to be 4 points into strength. Plus 1 from that. So that's going to be 5. So she's going to be at 10 in strength. This is going to be at 6. Plus plus another 8. Damn, 18 strength. Whew. So 18 is going to be 9. Oh my god. I feel bad for whoever gets hit by this. Now she's going to be obviously with a melee proficiency. And if she starts as a Terrellum, I always look over my character creation. That's right. Humans get more skill points, but vampires get way higher stats. Like, way higher. Human max level is 10. And the reason for it being 10 is that humans need more skills to be equal to a vampire. And even then, they still fall short of a vampire by quite a bit, unless they get the initiative. If they can strike first and strike really fucking hard, a vampire is useless. But once a vampire gets their hands on them, it's all over. It's all ogre. It's rough. Oh my god. This is like the perfect anti-warrior. Jesus fuck. Shit. What's the name of synonym? Why the fuck did I say? We're gonna name her 2 warhammers, Dust and Waste. Yep. She is gonna be a fucking beast to fight. I don't know why it won't let me pluralize that, but okay. So with Warhammers, they're going to be much like all other two-handers are going to be increased. So with Dark Renaissance gear, you get 3, but but since it's a massive weapon, it's going to be like 5. See, and she gets 2 attack range. So Dust, we'll make it more of a like defensive hammer because she already does damage. She just needs protection, really. So dust would be something that's more or less like camouflages. Um, oh man! So if you're an archer and you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna spot a gap between her armor so that way when I shoot her, it goes right through. Nope. Her Warhammer dust literally does that. It creates a bunch of dust around her. So you have to be within attack range to see, oh, there's a gap in her armor. It's like, yeah. So the rogues or the perception warriors who are going to be face to face with her, they will be able to see it. No one else will. And it's like, oh, fuck. That's going to be dangerous. And waste. Um, Waste, I'm thinking like poison for some reason. I don't know why. But that's like the first thought that comes to my mind is every time I hear waste, I think like radioactive waste. So I'm thinking like something that like provides protection against stuff like that. So I would just say I don't want it to be too busted to where only warriors could fight this woman because clearly they can't. But I would say something like poison and energy attacks. They don't hurt her as much, like it reduces their damage, but it like recharges her runes. Does that sound good? Because I'm thinking like, what if a player kills her and takes these items? These items are going to be very good, very very nice, especially if they were a tyrant as well. Like goddamn. Uh, so if you hit her with water, she's gonna get hurt. If you hit her with sunlight, she's gonna get hurt. You hit her with blood magic, she's gonna get hurt. But if you hit her with poison or energy magic, she'll take damage, but it reduces it by 5. So if you have like a steel glyph staff, a steel glyph staff for a human only gives them 3 damage, plus the poison factor, which means that that 3 damage is going to go away and just not hurt her at all. So it's going to make that staff absolutely fucking useless. This is why it's going to be very interesting because if you're a human and you're a poison mage and your whole thing is poisoning people, poison magic for humans is OP as fuck. So when it comes to the, I think I just scrolled right past it because I want to show it. There it is. Trait, nope, that's not it. There it is. Spells. If you're ever having a hard time looking through my codexes, my advice to you is no Control F. Control F pops up that little search bar, and you can just find anything. Because me, I have these little like tabs on the left side, and that's because I'm the editor. But if I wasn't the editor, I would be using Control F. So here's poison magic. Very disgusting. You can do mercury, which would be very interesting. Peroxide, botulism. Botulism is particularly nasty. See, here's one of those percentages. 20% max base. Because botulism is one of those spells that could absolutely instantly kill somebody. So it's like, oop. Here's a monoxide. So that's going to be Inanna, Crusher of Hope. She's going to be able to rush down people, swing her massive hammers, fucking smash someone to bits. So with Tyrant, I gotta look again and see with Tyrant. So they get thick skin, and every turn they get 1 armor buff. Oh boy. Oh boy. She gets the Howling Death. Oh boy. Because the thing is that if she's fighting, she is the only enemy. So it's kind of like, it's kind of pointless to be like, oh, she's taunting the entire enemy team. No, 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 no. She's not taunting the enemy team. She's casting the spell. It's not even a spell, it's an ability. So that way she gets 10 extra armor. It's like, oh my god. And then she just keeps stacking armor as the turns go by. It's like, oh my fucking god. 7 plus 9 is 16. 18. So her damage is going to be fucking insane. Because it's 5 damage. Boom. So we're looking at 18 divided by 2, which is 9. Plus 8 divided by 2, 4. Plus 5. So that's 9, 9. Oh my god, she does 18 damage per hit. $15 armor, that's going to be 15 divided by 2, it's going to be 7 damage reduction. Jesus fuck. Now the thing is that by her doing 18 damage, that's somewhat nice for the players because 18 damage doesn't give you negative perks, negative traits. But at the same time, she's hitting you 18 damage twice. So, bam, bam. It's like, holy shit, you're gonna get hit for 36 damage every time she hits you. Oh my god. Like you're gonna be in for a world of hurt. Let me look at my traits page because I do believe I said it in the negative traits. From a single hit. I should highlight that and bolden it. So she does not meet that requirement. She does not give you negative traits just by hitting you, which is good because I don't want players to get really fucked. I want players to have a tough time, but I don't want them to get really fucked like that. So her real HP, if you did that times 5, 16 times 5, we're going to whip out the calculator and cheat. So she would really be at 80 HP. But we're not going to do that. We're just going to instead just give her an HP base of... we're just going to give her like 500 HP. I think 500 is a good number because you would be surprised when 4 players are attacking someone how quick that will deplete. Especially since she's doing very little damage. You know, the more I'm talking about, the more I'm like, you know what? Let's bump it up to 700. Because if a player is playing something like a Reaver or a Summoner or a Deceiver, and they're doing a lot of damage, and they're ignoring her armor, and they're just full on just butt stabbing like crazy, that is going to be depleted very fast. So we're going to add some abilities, and that's going to be it for this lady. What was the name of the comet that hit? Oh boy. We'll just name it Chicxulub. Chicxulub impact. There we go. So she'll get Chicxulub impacts where she just slams the ground and crater marks like start erupting from the fucking floor. So all of a sudden, if you're an archer and you're like, yeah, I got a good line of sight on her, all of a sudden a giant fucking wall comes up and you might be stunned and you might be taking a massive amount of damage. And now you're like, fuck, okay, I gotta move. And you have to move, find her again, shoot your bow. So this way, can't speak. This way, if it's a team of just straight up archers and mages, she's gonna make it where it's very difficult for you guys to coordinate with each other, especially if one of your mages is the healer trying to heal people. Well, what if the healer can't see you? It's like, oh no, that's not good. Yeah, that's the point of this, is that it's like, okay, she's going to create random barriers all over the map, and she might do this like multiple times. So you may end up where she actually completely blocks off the area. Now you got to climb the wall somehow to see your allies and try to rejoin the fight, or blow up one of the walls. Good luck. This is going to be a very interesting game. I don't know. I'm really into meteors. Like, I'm really into space stuff, so that's kind of why I'm really happy with the Chicks That Love Impact. I think we're good. I think we're good. I think we're done with the Urnox Usha clan. I think we're good here. So now we're gonna add a new title, and this is gonna be the next location. So, do we really want to do denim like individually, or would we rather just do? I'd rather just do wasteland. And with wasteland, what I'm doing is I'm just doing mutants, which I should probably just rename this to mutants. We can do Dark Eden mutants too. That's a good one. That's a very good one. So we're gonna go to our demon and mutants traits. And from here we have like our types of mutants. So you could encounter just a mutant, and it's like, okay, it's a mutant with thick skin, chitin like skin, bulbous arms, and he spits. Okay. But then you may run across the same demon, but now he's a stone type. It's like, wait, what? It's like, yeah, stone type. Just full on stone. It's like, what the fuck? So you may encounter stuff like that, and I'm totally fine with that because I think it adds more variety. Like, I may write down a mutant here that someone's like, oh wow, that's a really cool mutant. It's very easy to fight. All of a sudden, someone takes that mutant that I created and they say, what if I make it a stone type, or what if I make it a fire type or electric type? It's like, oh shit, that easy ass mutant is now kicking your ass. Like, eek, that's not good. I think hands down, the best one is going to probably be the stone, because stone gives you 5 extra damage and reduces 5 damage. So I think stone's going to be the strongest. But we'll see. I'm trying to think of My wife wants a hug. Yay. She wants love. You guys comment down right now in the live stream because I know y'all motherfuckers be watching. So you guys comment down right now. What are your like favorite 90s or 1980s blockbuster film that had mutants in it? Like I'm thinking RoboCop right at the top of my head, like the very first movie where like the guy just comes out and his fingertips are like his bone is here, but his fingertips are like dangling here. His face is like drooping, like ugh. Like what are some fun mutants that you guys like or movies? And I might use that as a name for a mutant type and try to think like, could I put this in the game? The answer is probably yes, because like that's what the mutants are supposed to be. They're supposed to be these really fuck ugly things. I just can't wait. And mind you, they're kind of like anti-vampire because vampires can't drink their blood. They have to like curate it. They have to like full on do a whole chemistry set just to drink this thing. Okay. That was quite a kissing I got. It was a whole lot of kissing. So let's see. Mutants. I don't think the Legacy of Kain. We can look it up. I don't think they ever named their mutants. Did they? They may have named them. Yeah, as I thought. They never, like, named them. Yeah, they never, like, gave them, like, official names. So because of that, like, these are the mutants that I like. They're crazy as fuck. They're weird as hell too. We can make this one into a species. What's like a common slug? Largest slug species. What is the word limax? Limax. Okay, limax just means slug. Okay. So we could just do limax. Lemoniger. That's a good name. Lemoniger. Let's do Lemoniger. Lim-onager. Levels 0 to 4. Slug-like humanoid. So with that, it's going to get the slug trait. So we're going to do caustic spit and spit of water. So this mutant can heal other mutants if it decides to. Where's my, there it is. I have like fucking 10 tabs. It's very hard. Okay. Traits. Now the nice thing is that it's very slow, like very, very slow. So we're gonna go for slug. Ew, it can slide onto the walls and ceiling. Oh my god, this might actually be a good monster. Ooh. They could be on the roof spitting at you and you'd just be helpless. There's nothing you could do about it. Ugh. Because originally, what I was going to do is I was going to say, hey, let's just start looking at like Chernobylites. It's like, oh, Chernobylites, like Chernobyl lights. Kind of like lobotomite, but instead it's Chernobyl blights. And then I was going to look at other radioactive spills like Nagasons. It's like, oh, Nagasons is in like Nagasaki. So basically, all my mutants are radioactive things. But then I'm looking at this and I'm like, that's right. These things look fucking disgusting. But I'm looking at it and I'm like, it does wear armor, so we could put that in there. That armor wearing. Inherent. Apparently I can't spell. Awesome. So it can wear armor, which is unique because mutants usually can't wear armor. Same with demons, they cannot wear armor. This one can. And it's like, it's the chest. We should specify that. Chest, helmet, and gloves only. Let me take a piss. Oh my god. This is just a string of interruptions. Did anyone reply? So the Lemanager, the Monitor is going to be able to wear armor, so you may see the Monitor like, ooh, that's actually a good fucking idea. Ooh, that's a good ass idea. Have it where the Lemonagers are like the weakest of all mutants, but make it where they're actually sentient and they're starting to regain their understanding of like civilization. And we have one Lemanager king, and he's like ruling inside some like fucking cave near like Dark Eden. And make it where he's actually a big threat to the human tribe that lives there, where he keeps on killing their dogs, killing their feral leaders, and he keeps leading his war band. And it turns out he's actually fully sentient. Like, he's not a muling mongrel like some of his brethren. And he's organized them into a serious fighting force. And it's like, oh shit. So these Lemanager, who are like weak as hell, are all of a sudden like really good. Alright, we gotta add that. We gotta write that down. Camp Libertas. Oh, I think this is locations of interest for the vampires. Let's look. Alright, so we'll do this and we'll bump it to the middle. Where the fuck is my middle? There we go. So I'll keep that as a secret. I'll design a Lemoniger like leader, or maybe who knows, he might not even be a Lemoniger. And I'm gonna spin around with this. I'm gonna toy with this idea because I really like the idea of these slugs just surprise ambushing people just out of nowhere, just and it's like what the fuck, and they're just dull mutants, and it's like wait a minute, these mutants aren't really capable of speech. How the fuck did they like organize and attack us? And more importantly, they're wearing armor, which is not unusual, but their armor looks like they made it. Like it doesn't look like scavenged. It's like, oh boy, what's happening? So that's going to be very interesting. I would love to make a campaign based on that. Ooh, that's a good ass idea. Hmm. So we have the Urnox, which is one mystery. Like, why is a Tyrellum betraying Kane? Because the Tyrell are like fanatically loyal to the Empire. So why is one Tyrellum doing that? And also, who the fuck are these vampires she has? The Usha clan. Why are they so weird? Why are they so unique? They're so vastly different than Kane's vampires. Like, where the fuck did they come from? And then the black water that's coming out of her castle. Like, what is it? It's killing people. It's actually lunging out of the lake to try to grab people. That's not normal water. What the fuck is that? And now you have these, where it's like, okay, there's a Lemoniger stronghold somewhere, and Lemonigers, they're usually like the weakest of the bunch. They're usually not much of a threat, but it seems like they are now. It's like, okay, something bad's happening. We're gonna do so if you're fighting a Lemoniger that's level 2, it's going to have Virulent Spit. If you're fighting a Lemoniger that's level 4, it's going to have Spit of Water, so it can heal each other. But if you're fighting like level 2 ones, they're not going to be able to heal each other. So we got Slug, that, and I think we're going to leave it at that. Not traits, stats, and skills. So they're going to have 5 straight down the line. You know, I made a another character for Star Wars. I'm really addicted to Star Wars lately, and I made a Ratataki female because I always told myself I was gonna play as a woman for the Jedi Counselor playthrough, and she's a Ratataki. So they're very white skin, a lot of tattoos, a lot of piercings and jewelry, and they're bald. And they're a very warlike species. They actually engage in combat very frequently. They like to fight. It's in their culture. And I made her a Jedi counselor. My plan is to be a pure light side with her, like always a good guy, a very adherent to the Jedi Order. But I wanted her to wear something that was really nice. But I didn't want to do something from the Galactic Market because sometimes those items from the Galactic Market just don't look good. I wanted her to look small, like she's tiny, like she looks defenseless. And I found something. It was this. These robes. I didn't get the ones with the padding because I didn't want her to have padding. I wanted her to look weak. I wanted her to look small. So I got the dignitary one. And I dyed it like blue and green. I mean, not blue and green, white and blue. So she's a republic. So it looks somewhat like this, but it's like pure white and then blue markings on it. But for some reason, it's not letting me. It's not letting me like dye it for some reason. I don't know why. It's really annoying though. So let's insert horizontal line. Beautiful. So if you're dealing with a level 4 Limonager, it's going to have high perception. They're very good at spotting things. And then their skills, range proficiency. So let's see. So this gives them extra range skill. I'm just going to give them 2 by default. Oh my god. Jesus fuck. Okay. We may have made a monster. So by level 2, they're going to have 4 and then another. Oh my god, they're going to have 6 ranged skill. 5 damage. Interesting. Oh my god. This is disgusting. Oh boy. What have we created? I think the funniest thing about this is that the Limonager can actually use weapons. And the reason why I say that, like it's funny, is that you could have a Limonager who's using like a spear or something, but the Limonager has no real like proficiency in it. It has no like skill with it. You know, we should add the large trait to it. I'm looking at it and I'm like, it needs to be fat. Just fat. Where is it? Large. So you gotta deal with these big huts. Actually, yeah, let's do both. fuck yes. There we go. So we'll do level 2, they get large, so they get pretty big, but they get very slow. So now they're getting -3 movement. Oh my god, they're going to be basically static. They won't be able to move. Oh my god. This is like crazy. Oh my god. At max level, level 4, they get -5 movement. -5. Jesus fuck. Oh my fucking god. So they would need to roll a 6 just to move one tile. I'm looking at this and I'm like, shit. Because then if you have a bow and arrow, you're just going to wipe these guys and they wouldn't be able to move. Fuck. I think what we're going to do is we're going to make it where their spit is actually pretty long range. To make it like 6 tiles or 7. And that's only to deal with the fact. Or we can make it where their spit increases range the higher level they get. So it's 4 tiles, level 0 to 2 to 1. 2 to 4 is Jesus Christ, we're writing like an entire page just for one thing. The only reason why I'm making it 8 tiles, which is like kind of a jump to go from like 6 to 8, is because I'm trying to think like if you're level 4, you're going to be dealing with the issue, which is that you can't move. You're fat as fuck. You can't move. You're stuck in place. So to counteract that, you're going to need like really long range, especially if you're fighting someone who has a bow. So they have 6 tile range. It's like, okay, 6 tile range. Yikes. And also for campaign purposes, you have to remember like if someone wants to be ambushed by Limonagers, it kind of stands to reason that they would have the best troops in the back and the weak troops in the front. Well, if the best troops have the same range as the shitty troops, they're not going to be able to help. Especially since in my world, I'm making it where the Limonagers are actually starting to become a threat. So that's one. Damn, dude, we just designed so much shit just based off of this. Just based off of one picture, we were able to go like, yeah, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. So we're gonna do a I really don't know how the fuck you would describe this. So we'll do the dogs, which is it's like a sawtooth thing. Okay, so pristus is the Greek word for saw. I wonder what the Roman word is for saw. What's the Roman one? Okay. We'll just call it Serenus. Whoops, that's the locations. So it does like a 1-2 attack. How could we illustrate that? I think I have a trait called that. It's like frenzy, but not frenzy particularly. Because I definitely want barbs as a trait for the dog. So dogs are pretty dangerous too. They're like extremely dangerous. Um, where's the human class? There it is. There's Beastmaster. Okay. 3 in all stats and skills. Okay. So traits. Okay. So with this thing, it kind of walks. It doesn't really run. We'll make it do bleed damage. Yeah. That's how we're going to do it. We're going to do bleed damage. So when it hits you, it leaves like a lingering effect that, of course, barbs. Let's just copy paste barbs from up here because the Ursa have that. Yeah, barbs. We'll give it sluggish, but don't get too carried away by that. Because dogs usually move. Where is it? Yeah. So with dogs, usually the issue is that they can roll a 6, right? That actually is an 8. So they can move 8 tiles. They can close the gap very fast. This one gets a sluggish trait, so it's a little slower than other dogs, but it's not that slow. It's still faster than a human. Like, if it rolls a 2, it actually moves 3. And you may say, but it's got the sluggish trait. Yeah, it could have been 4, but instead it's 3. I'll just write it down here. I'm debating about posting this, the enemies page, but at the same time, I don't really want to post it because I want players to find out, like, oh wow, I'm fighting this animal. It's like, yeah, you're fighting this animal. You, as a player, might know that animal because you had a previous character that fought it, whatever. But your character shouldn't. So why is your character acting cautious? Why is your character acting like no fear whatsoever and just charging at it? Like, seems like your character knows something that he shouldn't know. Like, that sort of ordeal. Serration teeth. All right, I think we're done with the dog, Soranus. Now you may say that was fast for you, 700. Yeah, because that's all it is. It's literally just a massive dog with fucking serrated sawtooth. Like, I think this is supposed to be like a bear slug thing. Yeah, it's a bear that's mutated. This is where the Barb's trait kind of came from, was actually these creatures. Because I remember playing Blood Omen 1 and I was just like, fuck me. Every time I get near this thing, it like hits me. There was no like perfect way of killing it without getting hit. It is so fucking annoying, dude. So melee 3 is actually 4. I should just say 3 plus 4. Four plus so it's gonna be strength. Divide by 2. So it's gonna be 1 plus 2 plus 3, equaling 3, 3, 6 damage and 2 bleed damage. So that's gonna be it. I would do a double attack, but if it's so low level at level 0 to 2 and it's supposed to be a weak monster, I don't want to go above it. Like, already, it's better than a regular dog. It is absolutely better than a wolf or a dog, whatever you want to say. But if I'm going to be using this on people who are level 0, level 1, level 2, they're going to say, dude, this is bullshit. This dog is fucking tough. Like, it's causing me bleed damage that I can't protect against. It's like, yeah, I see what you mean. And this is just supposed to be like a weak ass dog. Like, that's all it is. So this is fine the way it is. If you attack it with like a sword instead of a spear or instead of a warhammer or cleaver, whatever fuck you want to call it, you're gonna take a barb hit, which is just 1 damage in this case. And then if it attacks you, it has to be 1 tile range, and it's gonna cause you to bleed 2 turns for 2 damage. That could be very devastating. Now, of course, to a higher level person, that's absolutely useless. It's like, oh wow, a mutated dog. Ooh, fling, just fucking telekinesis, throw its ass out the fucking window. But the bleed damage stacking could get very scary, especially if you're surrounded by like 6 of these things and all 6 of them attack you. Well, now 6 times 2, that's 12 damage of bleed you're gonna take for 2 turns. So 12, 12. And if they keep attacking you, it's just going to keep resetting the fucking cooldown. It's like, oh my god. So now it becomes like scary if there was a pack of these things. But as it is right now, that's good. So let's move on. Damn, dude. I don't know how else you would describe this thing. I really don't know. Like, what the fuck is that? I'm not gonna lie. If you took all these mutants in, except for the fat one here, the slug, if you took all the other ones though, and you made like a first person game where it's kind of like the back rooms where you're just running around like Baldi's Basics, and I came across this thing in a hallway right in my face, I would shit myself. This is scary as fuck looking. This is nightmare fuel. This is it's so weird. Its head is like so thin and it looks like it's like bifurcated down the middle like a mouth, like a Venus flytrap. and then it rides around and its arms are super fucking long for some reason. It can like swipe at you from a long ass it's horrifying to look at. That's why I kind of like these animation styles, because like when you play Legacy of Kain Blood Omen, you don't feel scared. If anything, you feel bad for these things because you're the monster who goes bump in the night. But if I was playing a different game and I saw these monsters, I'd be fucking scared shitless. This, this thing's fucking horrifying to look at. So traits, we're gonna kind of steal a bit from the Lemon Ogres. So it's not gonna have the spit. It is gonna have the slug trait. It's gonna be large. And it's gonna be more of a higher level kind of threat. Levels 4 to 8 kind of threat. I'm trying to think of like what other traits I can give it, because it doesn't have wrist blades. It doesn't have a miasma around it. Thick skin isn't a bad one. Just make it tanky as fuck. Yeah, it sounds like a good idea. I mean, I don't want to give it bulbous arms because look at it. Its arms are actually very skinny. So I don't want to do that. But I'll give it something different. I'll give it something else. I'll give it why is it so big? There we go. So with the demon realm, the big difference between the two like worlds as it would be is that the demon realm has a lot of demons in it, an insane amount. Some of them are very fully sentient, able to do their own things, their own spells, their own weapons, whatever. The world of Nosgoth material realm, though, is going to have these sparse little mutants all over the place, and they are dangerous. You do need to be cautious. But they're not wearing armor, they're really sponges. Like, you could just beat the fuck out of it. If you're just angry at something, you just want to beat the shit out of something, these things have enough HP to take the beating if you just want to let it loose your anger. But they can still be a threat. They can still potentially kill somebody. Especially if you're a human, these things are just walking nightmares. They're just terrifying to look at. They're terrifying to deal with. They're terrifying just to even be in the room with them. So it's going to be something that I'm going to have a lot of fun with for the humans, because the humans are going to be more likely to run into mutants than the vampires. The vampires have the more civilized areas, so they will encounter mutants every now and then, but it's not going to be that frequent. And the mutants that they do encounter might actually arguably be deadlier than the ones that the humans would face. Because think about it, if you're a mutant and you're surviving in a vampire territory, you have to be like really tough. Like you have to be where an average vampire just doesn't really want to mess with you. So the more elite vampires who are actually trained, who are actually like somewhat decent at what they do, to them that mutant's nothing. But to the weaker vampires, are like, dude, I'm not going fucking near that thing. Like, psh, hands down. And this would be one of those creatures where it's like, ooh, yeah, I'm not going near that thing. I don't care how much you pay me. I don't care how much of a disgrace it is. I ain't going near this thing. So it's going to give slabs of flesh, 8 armor. That's almost as good as steel. It's better than iron armor. Damn. I think we'll leave it at that. We'll just give it +2 item damage. Yeah, there. That's all we're going to do with it. And then stats. So this one gets a little tricky because I'm not dividing it by levels. It's just going to be that way, period. Much like the Ursa. So +3 to endurance. Interesting. So they're level 4. That's going to be 2, 4. So it's going to be 2 points into a skill, which I think it would make sense to just make it 7. And then from there, they kind of just dump everything else into strength. So that's another 2. Okay. So they get +3 from the trait. They're a very large organism. Mm. So slab of flesh is going to give them a lot of endurance. So they have 7 endurance off the bat, and then they just dump all their points. Level up from 6 to 8, so it's gonna put, it's 2 more points. That's gonna be 7. So you're looking at 7 plus no other bonuses. Okay. So in that case, we don't even need to put this. 7 at level 8. Okay. And then just 1 trait. +3 trait. So 5 plus 3, or 8 plus 3. Let's do the max first. So this thing was max level 8 +3, 9, 10, 11. So that's going to be 5, Oh no, it's modified. So it's gonna be 11. Minimum. Oh my god. It's actually 15. Dude, this thing's tanky as shit. What the fuck? I'm just realizing if it's at max level 8, which is 15 endurance just from Slab of Flesh, plus 3. Oh my god. Plus 7. That's 25 endurance. 25 endurance times 5. Oh my god. 125 HP. Damn. So at its minimum, this is like crazy. So at the minimum, if this guy's just with 5 strength plus 3, which is 8, so it's just going to be 8 plus 4, that's 12. Damn. I'm tempted just to leave it like that, where it's just strength and endurance. Everything else would be just 5. Oh, okay, it doesn't have a skill. That's right, I forgot skill. We'll just do 4. 4 is a good number, because then it's a 0 modifier. Um, Let me reread this. Hold on a second. Alright, so damage calc would be 5 plus 2. Plus 4 divided by 2, which is 2, plus 2, equaling 9 damage per hits. A armor total. 4 damage reduction. God damn. Oh, you gotta be shitting me. I guess I went through all my little lines, so now I reverted back to that. Holy crap. Alright, now it's time to work on the real monstrosities. These ones are gonna be like level 10, level 8 to like 10 or 12. And these are the bone fiends. So at maximum, Jesus fuck. Wait a minute, did I do mutants wrong this whole time? Wait a minute. Hold up. If by level 8, oh my god. Level 8, they would get. Oh, Jesus Christ. So 6 HP per endurance at level 8. So 6 times 25. 150. I was off by 25 HP. Damn. So let's give it the wolf form trait. Because for vampires, I have the wolf form. Yeah. This is a lot of fucking words. Alright, I can dumb this down way easier. Let's just type it up. So, traits. Welcome everyone who just came in. I am reading the chat at all times. So, if you guys have a cool idea for a monster or a mutant or a location, like there might be a city or something you want added into the world of Nosgoth, go ahead. I'll read it and I'll talk about your idea with you right now. Right now, I'm just simply designing monsters. They're going to kind of like cover the world a bit. Monsters that are from ranges of not deadly to extremely deadly. Most of it in Nosgoth is deadly, so that's why we're doing this. That's why a lot of these mutants you're seeing, you're like, Freezer 700, the way you talk, you make it sound like all these monsters are deadly. That's because they are. And it's funny because like every time that I've played this game with my viewers and they come across enemies like this, they always are like, ooh shit, we need to play like bitches. It's like, yeah, you need to play like a bitch in order to survive. And it's nothing against you, it's just that you need to seriously like be careful because these creatures could be very deadly. So trait, hunched. Elongated. Now we're going to go even more crazy with it. Not only is it elongated, so the claws are like longer, so they can do more damage, but now we're going to give it special types of claws. So the one claw I'm thinking of is Nox Claw. There we go. So now this beast is going to swipe you. It's going to hurt like hell. But not only is it going to swipe you, once you're done with the damage calculation, like, okay, I took 16 points of damage. Whew, I survived with like 5 HP. No, you survived with 1. 1? It's like, yeah, because 4 damage afterwards. We'll make this a level, so it starts at level 8, maximum level 14. We're going to make this more of a level 10. And then we're going to give it level 14. Level 14. This is the max. So if you're really fighting something that's like incredibly high level, this would be it. So not only does it get Nox Claw, which is the poison damage, but now it gets fuck, what was the term for it? I'm trying to think of it. It's like escaping my mind, and it's making me angry because it shouldn't be escaping my mind. I'm just gonna call it like it's bothering me. Wasp Stinger. Hmm. Achilles? We can name Achilles. How do we say that? Achilles. Pain. Five damage now. Now hunched, I want to go back to it. So we're gonna do hunched, and we're gonna do the species of bear. Fuck, what is the scientific species of bear? Ursidae. Okay, Ursidae. That's a problem. I don't want to say Ursidae. We'll just say spine bladed. So spikes start to run up the spine. Gives I don't like this idea. Let's scrap it. So spikes run up the spine, giving them. We'll just give armor. Yeah, armor's a good one. So we'll just give 8 armor. Level 12, we'll give him because this thing looks absolutely terrifying. I want it to feel terrifying when you fight it too. Like, oh god, this thing's tough as fuck. So level 12, we'll give it something else that gives it more survivability. Because right now, its endurance is like what 5 or something. So something that will give it stronger. Meat replaced with bone. Uh, yeah, gain 10 endurance. There we go. 10 endurance sounds good. I think 8 would be better. Because they're going to get +2 from this. So, stats / skills. So we're going to do 8, 14. How about this? Level 8. So it's going to have. So by level 8, it's going to be 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8. Right. So 5 plus 4 is going to be 9 strength. And then this is going to be just 5 E plus da 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 da. Where do I get my strength from? 3 elong. So it's 11 strength. Now you, on the other hand, you're gonna get +2. Seven E. Okay. Now this is where it gets crazy. So this is gonna be roughly the same, but they are gonna level it up. So it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. 12, 14. So that's 7 points in just that alone. So 7. My brain is tired. 12. Beautiful. So it's 12 strength plus 3 from the elongated is going to equal 15. Was there anything else that gave it? No, just that. Okay. I feel like that's low, but we'll see. Let's look at the endurance first. So 5 plus 2 is 7, but now we have +8. So we're going to look at 5e plus 2 plus 8 equals 15. Wow, 15, 15. Wow, interesting. So 15 plus 15, I mean... Because I feel like the other stuff is way more deadly than this shit. So let's do damage calc. Now, 15 endurance times... let's see. So at max level, he receives 9. So 15 times 9... 135 HP. So it's actually weaker than the previous demon we made. I mean, mutant we made. So we gotta tweak this up a bit. So we probably should have just left it at that. So you're gonna be that, and you're gonna be 17 now. But then we're gonna look at the strength because he doesn't do enough damage to like make me scared of him. So we're going to make it where the Nox Claws increases strength. So that's 7. So now it's 7. 12 plus 7 would be 19. I can't fucking... So damage calc would be 19 divided by 2 would be 9 plus skill, which we completely blew over. So this would be max level of 15 divided by 2 equaling 7 equaling, oh yeah, that's right, plus 5 because of the Aculus clause. And now we have 16, so we have 21 damage. That's not bad. That's pretty fucking good. Actually, it'd be 20, what? Oh my god. So you would be getting hit for 29 points of damage in a single hit. Oh boy. Damn. Alright, I think we're good with the Bone Fiend. We've made it intimidating enough. That was one thing that people do that I just get very uncomfortable with because to me it's kind of weird. Is like I tried this role play thing on this one role play server, and apparently these two characters that are run by two different players like constantly comment like, "Oh yeah." She picks him up and goes, "Oh come on, hun, we gotta get better. We gotta get out of here." And then he always goes, "Oh yeah," slaps her ass and gives her a smile. Hee hee, see you in the bedroom. And apparently they do like full on like role play, I guess. But to me, it's just like, dude, that's so cringe. Like, are you fucking kidding me? That's so gay. Ugh. Like, damn, dude. Like, I understand if you do like the whole romance thing, like for fun or for comedy and stuff. But, ugh. Like when I played Mass Effect, right? You and whoever you decide to romance aren't constantly like slapping each other's ass, going, "Oh yeah, babe. Oh yeah, bring that purple ass back here." It's like, nah, that's no, because then it becomes very cringy. Like, ugh, ugh. But people apparently like that. I don't get it. All right, so we got 4 mutant types. I think we're good with this at the moment. All right. Have I been streaming for 2.5 hours to get this shit done? Oh my god. I can't believe we've been here for that long. Jesus fuck. Alright, I'm ending the stream here. This has been going on way too damn long. Get a life, everybody. Get the fuck out of here. I can't believe it. That's too long. Oh my god. To me, it felt like I was doing this for like 40 minutes. But I guess I was having too much fun, and it turned into like 2.5 hours. So, see you guys next time.